want to go on a little rant because something really good happened last week. We had the director of Terrifier 2 on here. His name is Damien. What's Damien? Why am I forgetting his last name?
Yeah.
Someone's going to remind me.
Yeah, I'll get it here.
Damien's the director of Terrifier 2. It's in theaters.
Damien Leone, that's what I thought.
Damien Leone was here talking about Terrifier 2, and he mentioned casually that he would like to direct a Friday the 13th movie. So I have something to say about that. A freaking IKEA chair. All right, so here's the thing. A lot of people wanted to, and I understand this sentiment, wanted to start an online campaign to get Damien to be able to direct Friday the 13th. Now, there is a correct pathway to making this happen. Here is the correct pathway. And this can happen, but there's got to be the professional way of doing it. What Damien needs to do is he needs to do a little bit of research and find out who currently holds the rights for the Friday the 13th franchise. I'm going to guess it's Paramount, but not just Paramount. There's usually a shepherd of that franchise represented by a production company and or a producer. And here's what needs to happen. Damien Leone, and anyone else can do this, okay? Damien Leone needs to go on IMDb Plus. Okay, there's IMDb. There's it's not Plus. It's everything is Plus these days, right? Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. He needs to go on IMDb Pro, and I'm a member of IMDb Pro. I can get a phone number for anyone's professional representation on IMDb Pro. What Damien needs to do is, one, he needs to get an agent or manager. Not very difficult for Damien to do for this reason. One, he's already directed a couple feature films. And two, his was in the number 10, in the top 10 at the box office, okay, in the month of October, with a horror film that has overperformed by all accounts. What's the running, look up box office right now for Terrifier.
On Sunday, it was just over 800,000.
I mean, this is a small indie movie. For those of you that saw our interview with Damien, he's a real dude, no BS, hardcore horror fan. And if you saw Terrifier 2 in the theater, God bless you. I'm telling you, that movie is hardcore. But the way to do this is to, if he doesn't have representation, get professional representation. Because nobody who owns the rights to the Friday the 13th series at Paramount is going to take a meeting with a random person. And they are, in particular, not going to listen to a campaign on social media to get a director that's at least not unknown to us, because we pay attention to indie films, but unknown to the wider, more mainstream Hollywood industry. How this happens is he gets a manager or agent and says, I want to have a meeting with the producers or the company that holds the rights to Friday the 13th because I have a pitch. And then what Damien does is he goes in with a pitch. It's usually just a 5-minute pitch for a show, a movie, whatever. Here's how I would do Friday the 13th. And he tells his pitch. Sometimes that is augmented by what they call a rip-o-matic or a lookbook. What's a rip-o-matic? A rip-o-matic is an edited series of scenes, usually anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Here's kind of what I'm trying to do. It gives you a sense of the tone. He may even go so far as to direct a scene from his vision of Friday the 13th. He may also create a lookbook. What's a lookbook? It's a book of, color printed out pages. It's and I've seen these lookbooks before, and it gives you a sense of the tone. George Lucas, when he pitched Star Wars, had Ralph McQuarrie do a bunch of paintings. There's like 12 paintings. When George Lucas pitched Star Wars to studios, he brought these 12 paintings and he showed the paintings. You know which ones I'm talking about. Look up Ralph McQuarrie, Star Wars paintings. He did all these paintings to kind of show you what the world of Star Wars would look like. This is a technique, and it gives you a visual representation. Sorry, I hit my mic. It gives you a visual representation of what you're trying to do. All Damien needs to do is plan his pitch, know exactly what he's going to say, go in with a lookbook, a pitch deck, or a rip-o-matic video, give that pitch to the producers to be the director of the new Friday the 13th. And then Damien's going to come back to us and say, hey,
Thank you.
He's not gonna. He's gonna forget us. He's gonna be doing an interview with Vanity Fair, and he's gonna forget us. No, Damien strikes me as a great guy. Now, a social media campaign augmenting that could be really good, but it should come from Damien. It could. So follow Damien on social media, Film Thread. We're following him. Look up Damien Leone. Follow him on social media and encourage him to do that. If he doesn't have professional representation by now, he will have no problem getting that based on the total box office for
it's 1.2 million.
1.2 million for this little indie movie that he put his blood, guts, and soul into. Literally. Have you seen the movie? So that is the correct pathway. That is the correct pathway because no one will talk to you unless you have professional representation. Damien, if you're watching, listening, get that meeting. Let us know what happens. Let us know what happens.
Yeah. So the current owner is New Line Cinema, which is under Warner Brothers.
So it's under Warner Brothers. Okay.
Paramount was the original owner of it.
Right. Okay. So he's got to track down the correct person, and your representation can do this. The correct person within that company to get that meeting. It's all about this. Is agents and managers, I think, are kind of useless except for one thing. They can get you meetings with people. They can get you in a room. And the reason is you've been vetted, right? Damien, he's directed a couple horror films. This one did 1.2 million at the box office, cost a lot less than that. That movie is a huge success, by the way. And who did he talk to? He talked to Film Threat.